Hi, welcome to Money Confidence. I'm Crystal Oculee. I'm the Chief Financial Strategist here at Confidence Wealth. And every week I try to bring a topic to you that's been talked about, that a lot of my meetings been the topic of the conversation that I think would be a good tip for you. So one thing that has been consistent for really the last several months, but it's just getting worse and worse. And I had actually a few clients sharing emails with me, are scare tactics that a lot of, unfortunately, people are using to just scare people to do things just to, unfortunately, like example, they are telling people that banks are going to seize all your accounts, nothing is safe, and the only thing you should have is gold. So in order to get people to buy gold, they're using these scare tactics and articles about how the European banks have already seized a lot of their people's accounts and retirees, and now it's happening in the US. And you just have to be really careful and logical about what's going on, right? So, we have to always remember it's not what is the purpose behind the email? What are they trying to say? If someone is trying to use these crazy, scary tactics, what's the end game? So just be really careful about that. Don't get emotional. I know there are times that, as there is volatility, there is possible recession, all these things that we're already going through it, right? Possibility of things that can get worse. But it doesn't mean we act emotional and all of a sudden do things that are completely different. Like example, we're going to sell everything we got and only buy gold because that's the only thing that's going to save us. We know logically common sense diversification is key. So why would that be actually ever good advice? So those are the things I just want you to be careful about, so you really are not setting yourself up to make these mistakes, because I've seen that. And just be really careful in terms of also your people that you have older in your household, whether it's your parents, whether it's an aunt. This is the time that sometimes these things occur. There's also elder abuse, not to mention in this case, scare tactics that can scare someone that's older, that's not necessarily the best mindset to make decisions. So just watch out for them as well. Remember, the key to being safe and going through all this and ups and downs and having a good foundation in place. So for example, with our clients, when we're doing holistic plan, we're running all the numbers to see with all the ups and downs and all the different holdings they have, what are the things that can happen, what's a median case scenario, what's the a few worst case scenarios, running different numbers just to see that are we going to in a sense come out of things if things get worse and then recover. Because remember, the key is in the preservation distribution phase of retirement is making sure that if you're able to maintain your lifestyle and you're not drawing down in a massive way on your accounts when things are volatile, is the way you're going to succeed through this. It also doesn't mean you can be fully aggressive and what worked when you were working will continue working the same way. It means having different buckets set up for different times. That's where we look at the protection bucket, right? You look at what's my immediate bucket, what's my intermediate, and what's my long-term bucket. And having the right foundation means having the right strategic investments in place. So current clients, when we're running your holistic plan, you already know this. You're already going, okay, I'm going to sleep at night. We already ran these numbers. But if you're watching this, you're friends of a client and you're not sure, or even if you're watching this and you're like, Crystal, I've done this before already, but I feel like I want to run some numbers again. Please feel free to contact your team here and we'll be happy to do that. But please don't fall for the scary tactics that are getting used out there to do crazy things such as liquidate everything you've got and just buy gold, because that's not the way anything would work out, right? We always have to be careful. And that's just one example. There are lots of other things going on. I just used that as one example for you to understand. When you read headlines, understand, is this a scare tactic? What are they trying to say? And one thing I recommend to you, whenever you see emails you're unsure about, send it to your team here. Let them look at it. They'll be able to dig deep and find out what's going on. Also, during this time, be also very careful about people trying to, have you fall for false information as well and get information from you. There's a lot of those things going on out there, and I just thought I would just give you that little tip. Use awareness and always use your team to bounce off ideas from. Talk to you soon. Have a good one.